Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Access to justice for all strongly resonates with Sierra Leone's post-conflict peace-building experience and the progressive evolution of our democracy through 4 election cycles and 3 peaceful transfer of power. My government believes that access to justice is central to our development as a nation. We rationalize it as thus. We believe that income and social disparities result in disparities in access to justice. We believe that citizens should be treated fairly and equally in criminal and civil proceedings, and we can narrow or even eliminate the gap between the rich and the poor by providing assistance to those who cannot afford the cost of formal legal processes. Additionally, we believe that we can use informal institutions to fast-track the delivery of justice to those citizens. We also believe that criminal justice reform is urgent and deserves our attention. We argue that predictable and informal dispute settlement mechanisms give us another option for granting people speedy access to justice, especially for those cases that clog the formal justice systems as family and neighbors related conflicts, debt settlements, consumer-related cases, and most land and property right cases. Governance and human development. When citizens know their right and how to advocate for those rights, they can hold the government accountable. We also believe that more of our citizens access the right to education as projected in our flagship free quality education program that is now operational. They are more likely to get a better life and grow the economy. Thus, we can deepen our democracy by giving citizens a voice they can use to expand existing democratic spaces and to open up new ones, as well as start new dialogue on their rights. Evidently, when citizens know their rights and they are encouraged to ask questions and advocate freely for their rights, dictatorship and corruption, especially the misuse of government power, are less likely to thrive. We believe that by assuring businesses that do and want to do business in our country that they have access to all legal rights provided for in our laws, we do provide a secure environment for investment and the growth of businesses. We believe that the regulatory environment should be friendly, transparent, predictable, and reassuring, and all investment and businesses are secure. So as a country, what steps have we taken so far to provide access to justice for Sierra Leoneans? What is the net impact of our effort, and how have we collaborated with civil society? Our very progressive Legal Aid Act of 2012 establishes a legal aid board that comprises and collaborates with civil society and the Sierra Leone Bar Association to provide legal assistance to indigent citizens around the country. The board provides legal information, education, advice, and representation to low-income persons and communities around the country. Through the Legal Aid Act, we have also institutionalized the work of paralegals around the country, and the work of these paralegals has become an effective means of alternative dispute resolution for citizens and communities. Persons who could not engage with the former justice system for all sorts of reasons that prohibit them from doing so have benefited from the legal services provided through the work of paralegals. Indigent persons who felt disadvantaged by justice system have received legal representation. Hundreds of persons, including women and children, who had spent years in overcrowded prisons and detention centers for petty crimes, have, through legal representation, had their cases heard and are back in their communities, where they have been reunited with their families. Their children are now beneficiaries of the government's free quality education program, which was started only this month. The net impact is that this removes stigma and stops President a co-chair of the Justice Task Force, and in October this year, we will host the meeting of the group in Sierra Leone. The annual showcase on implementing Goal 16 in October this year will focus on my country's unique experiences, discuss successes and challenges, and include priorities of my government regarding SDG 16+. How does the New Direction government plan to improve access to justice? The New Direction government is my government, heading in a new direction. We will convene a national dialogue on justice to discuss how to reform and make the justice sector more effective. The outcomes, dialogue, and alliances from the convention will be central in fine-tuning our justice sector reform plan. We will review the current justice sector reform strategy and investment plan, a document which encapsulates the government's reform priorities for the justice sector, with a review to developing a new strategy that is consistent with my government's priority for the justice sector. We will strengthen the work of the Legal Aid Board and train more paralegals to support the justice sector in the country's remote rural communities and regions where there are few legal practitioners. We will establish alternative dispute resolution centers throughout Sierra Leone for justice to be dispensed speedily and cheaply, especially in rural areas. We will establish family and small claims courts in all parts of Sierra Leone to deal with family and neighbor-related cases, debt, consumer complaints, and low-level land and property disputes, and thus free up the magistrate courts and high courts to deal with more complex cases. We will continue to strengthen partnership with civil society and make judicial institutions more independent, transparent, and accountable. What can our partners do? Given the gaps highlighted and my government's plan for justice sector reform in fulfillment of SDG 16, my government believes that there is a very strong case for investment in access to justice in Sierra Leone. We want to work with partners, the World Bank, and the OECD to identify funding sources to finance our access to justice initiatives that will augment our current commitment levels to fulfilling SDG 16. What is our commitment then? Sierra Leone endorses all campaigns in the justice sector. Sierra Leone will take leadership and become a champion on achieving SDG 16+ and all its targets. We also commit fully to working on justice gaps, investment in justice, further exploring what works well in the justice sector, and engaging our partners. With these few words, I want to say thank you very much for your apt attention.